Talk is on, where you receive good information for your mortgage needs, such as mortgage programs and foreclosure programs to help get you out of foreclosure. Stay tuned and hear what's coming your way.
Good evening and welcome to Mortgage Talk. I'm Rick Montgomery. Glad to be here with you guys on a beautiful night like this. Good day on Mortgage Talk. We just got through broadcasting through one of our other places that we broadcast from. We are streaming nationally throughout the internet. We're streaming worldwide, and we're streaming to over 200 countries to let us come into their neck of the woods to bring them Mortgage Talk. And we're glad to do so. Glad to be here with you and glad to be back intact with the family. Blog Talk Radio. Oh, man, glad to be back intact with Blog Talk. Boy, we started here in Blog Talk a long time ago in 2012. We started in Blog Talk. Took a break in 2018. Now we're back again with the Blog Talk team and glad to be part of that with them and glad to be back with them on Blog Talk Radio. Oh, man, and I'm telling you. So now what's different this time, we showed you our icon before, which was the icon of a lighthouse. And that's Mortgage Talk. That's us. But this time, my super producer thought it'd be a good idea to put a face in that place. And so you have my profile picture there, up there for you so you can see it. Now, of course, I have my Facebook page, which is full right now, but I have a second Facebook page, Rick Montgomery, that you can join me on that. That's connected. Now, Blog Talk did that. They connect another Facebook page. I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, I didn't want that. Well, the Facebook page was up for 2 days, two days, and 43 people already joined in 2 days of the new Facebook page. Because I was getting ready to contact Facebook and say, discontinue that. I have a Facebook page. What do I need that for? Mortgage Talk has a Facebook page. You know, so let's send them to Mortgage Talk Facebook page. We're under the umbrella of WHPNN Radio Network, and Radio Network has a Facebook page. But nevertheless, it's there, it's out there, it's already out there. I spent time today sending about 120 people that was sitting and waiting to join me on my Facebook page. I send them to number 2 Facebook page. So I don't even know if they got there or not, but I gave them all the hookup of how to do it. What is it? www Facebook page /Rick.Montgomery 370177. If you type that in, then you'll get my second Facebook page and just send in a request and I'll click on and let you join because I'm putting information out there too. It's slightly a little different than the Facebook page that I have that's pretty maxed out. But don't forget, you can also join me at WHPNN Radio Network Facebook page, okay? Now, we're streaming through one of our favorite directories, which is Speaker.com. Glad to be part of Speaker.com and the family because they do what down there? Dave the man, my engineer, a fantastic good job. Yes, they do at Speaker.com and glad to be part of Speaker.com. So we on Speaker.com too as we simulcast. We on Speaker.com. We on iHeartRadio, Spotify. Yeah, I can never say that right, so you know what I'm talking about. We're also on Apple Podcasts. So you can get us right now on Apple Podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts right now. You can get us on Google Podcasts or Podcast Addict. Hey, what's up, Podcast Addict? What's up with y'all out there that's listening on Google too? What's up, you guys? You can also get us on Cashbox. You can get us on Deezer. That's one of the new ones that we had now for about 30 days. Deezer. So you can get us on Deezer. And even on the new one that we received last week, which is, I'm sorry, excuse me, which is Pod Chaser. It's called Pod Chaser. PODCHASER. Pod Chaser. And we are on Amazon Music. So you can get Mortgage Talk on Amazon Music. We're under the umbrella with WHPNN Radio Network. And this is Mortgage Talk. I'm Rick Montgomery, and glad to be with you. I want to talk to you today about a foreclosure program. And I'm going to give you a little history on this foreclosure program and give you some insights on what you can do. Because over 65 million people is on unemployment, and over 1 million people are getting kicked off every month. Even though it is a great time now to sell homes and even to refinance homes, with interest rate being at the all-time low, 2.38? A couple of days ago it was at 2.39. Okay, and that's a fixed 30 rate. All right. So interest rate is at the all-time low. Again, rising at the all-time. I mean, not rising, but lowering at the all-time low. So now it is a great time to do so. To do so right now. Get out there tomorrow, the next day. It is the best time if you're looking to refinance to get it done now. Because soon that seasonal time is going to come to a screeching halt. And foreclosure is going to rise and become the talk of the town. And many people, and some people right now today, is in foreclosure. So I'm talking to those people and those that just hit their 5th month. Okay, because when you're in month 5, after being 5 months down, you technically are not in foreclosure, but they're going in foreclosure procedures with you. They're preparing the paperwork, getting everything together so they can send it to the lawyers so they can file in court and file that you have defaulted on the promissory note. Up until that time, there's a workout program that you can work out with your servicer. And you need to ask them about the workout program that you can work out with them. We did our opening pilot program at the beginning of this month, and I was told by our super producer that it did not come out well. It was fading in and fading out, and the words that I was saying, you can barely hear, even with the volume turned all the way up. So that show has to be redone. We have to redo that show, and we're going to redo that show, and that show will be redone this week. Because we're booked up for this month already, talking about foreclosure programs already up to December the 2nd. We're going to be talking about foreclosure program, and we're going to be bringing up foreclosure programs to repeat ourselves collectively when we see the need and the demands out there that is asking for it. As I mentioned earlier, how easy it is to get hold of me. You can always get hold of me through my email by emailing me at mortgagetalk1. That's the number 1 symbol at gmail.com. That's mortgagetalk1, the number 1 symbol at gmail.com. Or you can go to Mortgage Talk Facebook page and inbox me. Or WHPNN Radio Network Facebook page and inbox me. If you heard my second Facebook page, you can go there and inbox me too. So you have a lot of different avenues to ask questions so you can get answers. Okay? In this process, you can utilize the workout program, because I'm going to be talking about another foreclosure program that aired on the 1st of November that didn't come out well. And that program is going to be talking about the forbearance agreement plan. It's going to be talking about the national forbearance agreement plan, meaning that the plan that's issued by the federal government under the Trump administration. And I'll be talking about the forbearance agreement plan they'll be issued by your servicer or your investor. What is the difference? And I'm going to tell you the difference between them and what it is. What is a forbearance agreement? You're going to know what it is. You're going to know how it works. You're going to know how to qualify. You're going to know about some of the paperwork so you know what to do. Okay? But today I want to talk about some modification programs, and there are more than one, but I'm specializing in FHA HAMP program, better known as FHA Home Affordable Modification Program. Now, modification simply means that you're modifying the loan. Because as they prepare for your paperwork in the 5th month to send to the lawyers, and the lawyers get it and file in court that you have forfeited on the promissory note and that they're exercising their right to repossess your property, whether it is a condominium, whether it is a residential property or an investment property or a commercial property, they're exercising their rights to do so. Yes, the courts are closed to the public. Let me say that again. The courts are closed to the public. However, in many states, they have what is known as virtual court. Okay? Virtual court. They have that. And the virtual court could be on Zoom, which many of you are familiar with Zoom, or the virtual court could be on WebEx. Which is Cisco WebEx, which is the same platform as Zoom, but that particular platform is used by most major cities and states and big business. Okay? So either one is real simple to operate. You don't have to be a member of it. Just have to go to it, www.cisco WebEx or www.webex, if that is that particular platform. You would receive, because they'll send you through your foreclosure letter, you would receive the webinar ID number and the passcode so you can get there. Okay? You just have to have a operating internet to do that. Okay? You can do it on your phone, or you can do it on a laptop, or you can do it on a desktop. All right? So you can check and see, do your state have, under the foreclosure, virtual court? You'll know about it if you're in foreclosure when you get the letter, which is known as a letter of default, to show that you default, that it will be issued to you from the attorneys in the 6th month. Take it 30 days to get it. You may get it at the end of the 6th month or the beginning in the 7th month. But you would get it, and it will have the date and time of the court, whether it's virtual court, because it will be, and all the information will be there, plus a copy of the promissory note and a copy of the mortgage deed. If there's not a copy of the mortgage deed, then contact the lawyers and ask them to send you a copy. And if they can't come up with a copy, guess what? Under the law, I'm telling you, they cannot foreclose on you. You need both documents to legally foreclose. And you can still not go to the virtual court. Go to the virtual court, and when time for you to speak, you tell the judge, this is what I received. But see, you'll get the information about the virtual court, and you'll be able to contact them by phone number, and you'll be able to get a fax number. Yeah, fax still exists in court, baby. And in many, many companies like mine, fax still exists. And you'll be able to fax them what you receive. And any other documents that you may have that you worked out an agreement with your mortgage company, you'll be able to send that over to under your behalf. So don't show up there naked. I'm gonna talk about this. Coming up in the month of December to tell you how to prepare yourself when you're going to virtual court or going to face-to-face live court. All right. So if they didn't send you a copy of the mortgage deed requested. You should have a copy of it yourself. You should always keep up with your documentation. It's too important for you not to know where your mortgage deeds are or where your closing documents were when you close on the loan. I've had a fire in my home, and I kept 2 copies. One copy got destroyed, messed up with all the water and stuff that came in. But the other copy that I had in my file was saved. The actual original copies were saved, and the copies of the original copies got messed up. So even to the day, I still have my copies. That's how important it is. As long as you own or have a loan on the property, or even after, you should always keep your documentation, your copy, for proof, for you, for your loved ones, in case something happens to you, proof that you are the true owner of that said property. That's too important for you not to have that. Just got to share that with you on that. Also, make that challenge. If the deed is not attached to the promissory note, they cannot foreclose. But if it is attached, get ready for the ride. But I'm ready to tell you how to get off this ride. So when you go to your virtual court, you can tell them that I've already have an agreement in motion, because you're going to have a letter from the servicer stating that they're putting this in motion. Don't assume because you signed for this program that I'm talking about, the FHA Home Affordable Modification Program, that you don't have to go to virtual court. You still have to go to virtual court, by the way. But contact them, as I said. The number should be there. The judge's name is there. So even if the number is not there, the branch is there. The judge's name is there. His room number is there. Call and get the phone number to his filing clerk. And then get the file, and then get the fax number or whatever that they want you to, how they want you to send it. Get that information so you can send it over to them. Okay? Whether it's by email, that you download it from a PDF file and send it over, or whether you fax it. Ask which one is easier. If they have a fax number, trust me, take fax. Okay? And if you don't have a fax, then fine. Then go with the other. But remember, the library is one of the cheapest places where you can fax documents. Okay? A lot of other places like to charge you $2, $3 per page, include $3 for the cover letter. Right? So it can get very expensive now. It can get very expensive now. So you have access to a fax, then fine. You're gonna have to download the software from your Apple Store or your Play Store that will convert files into a PDF file, and then you're able to do that. You can copy it, and it'll translate it into a PDF file. Now you can take that, click it onto your email, and then go to your email and then go back to the file and attach it, and then you can send it. Okay, so you have many ways of how you can do that. All right, got to move on. So I want to tell you about this program. Okay, I just had to give you just a quickness about what to do when you are going into that field, when you're in that foreclosure, what to do, especially during the early stages of it. Okay. If you missed the court date, well, then you got a letter of a confirmation of sale, or when the confirmation of sale date will happen. And if it's a HUD loan, listen, this program for HUD only. If it's a HUD loan, then you need to contact your HUD investor and see, can you still get it done. Trust me, they are working with people even now. Trust me when I tell you, some states got a moratorium on foreclosure where they can't do it. Okay, they just won't foreclose. So that gives you the time, and if they don't know it, remind them, even at HUD or the servicer, that there's a moratorium on foreclosures, that you can't foreclose on me here. So let's work out something. And I'm interested in the FHA hemp program. But I'm telling you, on the back of your statement, there is a FHA number, file number. Okay? You have your loan number with the servicer. That is your servicer, not your investor. FHA is your investor. FHA is under HUD. FHA is the Federal Housing Authority. Okay? All major loans, listen to what I'm telling you, from conforming loans to subprime loans, all major loans follow the guidelines, duplicate the guidelines that HUD puts out, that FHA puts out. They follow that guidelines. That's how they do it. Okay? So just to let you know. Now, you contact the office. There's a major office that's in Washington, D.C. I'll give you that information shortly. But the office that will handle your loan will either be in Albany, New York, or it will be in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay? So you can get the number to both locations. Now understand this, that the government is shut down because of COVID-19. So they have very skeleton staff that's there, and most of the other people are working from home. Okay? So the phones may ring and ring before you get somebody where they used to pick up like this. You know how it is when you try to call IRS about your stimulus package or even your IRS check, like me, and still haven't got it, like me, and you still wondering where is it at, but nobody is answering. But you call 3 days or 4 days and then finally you get one person. You know, you may have to do that. Have patience on that. That's what you may have to do. The house you're saving is your own. Okay? So, be patient. Patient means mindset patient. So when you communicate, you are communicating not with a hostile voice or anger voice or a sad voice. You are communicating as a concerned homeowner that wants to keep his home and make sure that those words are used. So when you do finally reach that individual, male or female, tell them that you're interested in the FHA Home Affordable Modification Program. They're going to ask you a few questions, few major questions. Are you still employed? Yes. Okay. All right. Do you live in a property still? Yes. What's your property address? Bang, bang, bang. Okay. What's your phone number? Bang, bang, bang. If the phone number changed, tell them that it changed. Here's my new phone number. Okay. And I want to keep my home. Okay, not a problem. They'll key in where the servicer get the information to issue you the FHA HAMP program, because they are tapped into FHA system, so they can download that program, so their bank name can be on the documentation, and your loan number that's there to them could be on there, but FHA's file number will also be on that program. Also be on that paperwork just as well. Okay. Because if they issue it to you right now, it's only going to have FHA name on it. Okay. You know, and that file number. It won't have the bank's name or nothing, but the bank is the one that has to process the paperwork. Okay. So they'll get it and they'll send it out to you for them typing it in. When you get the paperwork, it's going to be a stacking order that you have to stack all the documents. The documents meaning that it may ask for a copy of your ID. It's definitely going to ask you for 6 months bank statements. It's going to ask you for 6 months of check stubs if you receive check stubs. It's also going to ask you on taxes. It may ask for 2 years or 3 years of your complete taxes. You cannot send in partial documents. All documents must be there. There's a deadline time that's going to be on there for you, a date, and it must be there in that office by that date. Now, let me tell you something. Whatever the date is, that document must be there 1 day before the deadline date. Say it again, because I guarantee you somebody missed it. Whatever the due date is to have all documents in, and that will be in the cover letter that they send you when they send you the FHA HAMP filing paperwork for you to sign, fill out, and get notarized, there's a stacking order. Because each document has a title name on it. It's a stacking order. Follow the stacking order. How do I do that? It's real simple, real easy. Whatever the 14th stacking order paperwork is, or the 15th, how many numbers it is. For this example, I'm going to say 14. Start with number 14 first, then 13, then 12, then 11, all the way up till you get to the number 1. Use one of those clip folders whereas you got to clip the ends of the documents and put that in one of those type of folders where it is nice and secure in the folder. Okay. Now there is one, you don't have to get the one that where you got to put 3 or 4 holes in there. There's one that you can clip the top and you can clip the bottom of the edges of it. Okay. And you can use that and then cross those 2 wires together, putting your name on top of that folder, your address, the loan number, and clearly state FHA file number and put that down there too. Okay. And send that. I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm telling you exactly how it should go and how you should do it. Have all documents there. No missing documents. And please stack it accordingly in the stacking order. If you talk to HUD and it's a HUD person that understands and is communicating with you and showing compassion in what you guys are saying, offer to send them an original documents too. So you're gonna make 2 original documents. So when the first paper gets there to you, you're gonna duplicate the copies of it. But then when you sign and get it notarized, you're gonna do that twice. Because you're gonna send one out to your servicer and one out to HUD. Now if you get an FHA assigned person that says, no, don't send me that. Just send to them. They know what to send me, and I do that. Then let it go that rate, okay? Let it go that way. As a mortgage broker, that's what I did, and that secured my client because it was always some kind of missing documents according to the servicer rep. Because you got to understand, the servicer rep usually have anywhere from 20,000 cases on her desk per day. Mistakes can happen. Unintentional mistakes can happen. So you have to be prepared for these unintentional mistakes and be able to respond back to them quickly as possible. And that's what I have to do. So that's why I'm telling you, if you can send one original to HUD, well, FHA, which is still HUD, and one original to the servicer, then you are doing a great thing. So give me that background, give me that information. Now, let's get into get you some information on this program, okay? The Home Affordable Modification Program, known as the HAMP program, was a loan modification program introduced by the federal government in 2008 and revised in 2009 to help struggling homeowners avoid foreclosure under the Obama administration. This program focus was to help homeowners who paid more than 31% of their gross income toward mortgage payments. The program expired at the end of December the 31st, 2016. The HEMP allowed homeowners to reduce their mortgage principal and interest rate, temporarily postponing of payments or loan extension. In 2016, in January, this program was supposed to end December the 31st, 2015. Mitch McConnell, the leader of the Republican Senate, made a statement that he wanted to make Barack Obama a one-term president. So what they did was, even though this was part of Obama's second term, what they did was they fought him almost on everything. You'll never hear about this program offered by the Obama administration unless you get a witness from that program or a talk show host like me here on Mortgage Talk that's telling you and giving you the history of the program so you know where it came from and how it works. Okay? I'm confident that Joe Biden is going to bring back a lot of the programs that the Republicans had got rid of by putting expiration dates on and that was eliminated under the Trump administration. But for right now, that we can stay on point, that this particular program was limited by the Senate that only funded it for 1 year. If you remember that massive line that took place in Miami during the summer of June, I believe, that massive line that took place is what pushed the local senators and got the Senate from all over to the Republicans to vote with the Democrats to fund the program again, but the Democrats want him to maintain funding of this program because they helped out millions of people with all walks of life, black and white. It helped so many people. But Mitch McConnell and his crew decided they only would give it a 1 more year funding, and it ended in 2016 of December the 31st with all the people that need it now have to figure out what they're going to do and utilize other particular programs that was also coming to an end because of Mitch McConnell and the Republican team. Okay? Well, in 2020, under the HUD leader, all he did was just duplicated the HAMP program. He didn't change anything. He just duplicated the HAMP program. Made a few tick changes in there that I'm going to tell you about. Nothing major. But all he did was just duplicate the program and brought the program under HUD. Instead of the program being what it was, the HAMP program, an open federal program that even HUD, but have to follow HUD guidelines. What this guy did, who's not even qualified to even be there, thank God that the Biden team won. So now they can put a qualified HUD person there. I don't care if he's the same color as me. That don't mean anything. It's all about status and qualification. If your status shows that you qualify, then you should get the job. His status, he didn't qualify. You know, that was a Trump deal that he got the job. Okay. And I'm speaking in terms of the doctor. You know the alleged doctor that has supposed to done the open supposed to done the surgery on separating the twins that he never did. you know that doctor. Okay, let me move on. The FHA HAMP program, the FHA Home Affordable Modification Program allows homeowners to modify their FHA insured mortgage to reduce monthly mortgage payments and avoid foreclosure. The nature of this program is that FHA HAMP allows the use of a partial claim up to 30%. That's one of the change. Up to 30% of the unpaid principal balance as the date of default combines with the loan modification. In other words, the FHA Home Affordable Modification Program allows homeowners to modify the FHA mortgage and reduce their monthly mortgage payment to avoid foreclosure. The FHA HEMP allows the use of partial claims up to 30%, as I mentioned earlier, of unpaid principal balance as of the date of default combined with a loan modification. To confirm if the mortgager, here goes another mortgage term, which is you are the mortgager, homeowner. Write it down. You the mortgage one. One thing about Mortgage Talk, we're under the umbrella of Information Center, where we give you nothing but the facts within the facts. None of our own personal opinion, but just the facts. But we will also give you mortgage term so you understand the terminology that's been used, so you can understand what you're reading and what someone is saying. In other words, so you can speak the language. So you are the mortgager. That's MORTGAGOR. You are the mortgager, homeowner. So to confirm the mortgager is capable of making the new FHA HEMP payment, the mortgager must successfully complete a trial payment plan. The trial payment plan shall be for a 3-month period, and the mortgager, you the homeowner, must meet each scheduled payment on time. Now, I'm going to tell you how you should do that to be able to meet it on time. With technology being so great that it is right now, it should be real simple and real easy for you to get that done and to be able to do that, okay? From the old days of mailing things in, and can't wait till Joe Biden gets sworn in on January the 20th, where he can get rid of that loser that's in there that's over the U.S. Postal Office and get it back into the respectful line of the office that it was, even though it did have some flaws, but it still had a respectful line there. He made it nothing but a joke. So if you use the U.S. Postal Service, where it normally gets them 2 days to get it to you, you may find that you may have to utilize 4 days for it to get there if you're using that. But there's other means of how you can do it. I'm going to take an inspirational song break. I'm going to come right back to wrap it up. And I'm going to wrap it up with eligibility. I'm going to give you the legal section that you have and give you information that is relating to the main office of HUD or FHA. Okay? And then I put it all together for you. So, be back in a moment with more of Mortgage Talk. I'm Rick Montgomery, and here's an inspirational song up next.
And if I had a
Welcome back to Mortgage Talk. Glad to be here with you guys on a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday here on Mortgage Talk. It's November 17th, 2020. Glad to be with you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in and for being here. We're on Speaker.com and Blog Talk Radio doing a simulcast with you. We're on many other directories, as I mentioned earlier, because we're doing a simulcast of how you can get Mortgage Talk. Remember, Mortgage Talk goal is to be the #1 mortgage talk show in Blog Talk Radio section. Yeah. We want to go back. We want to get the crown back. So that's our objective goal, always to be the best out here. Always got to keep your best foot forward at all times, and that's what we are aiming to do here as we are simulcasting, broadcasting, and broadcasting to all of the major directories. We know people need information, and we're not trying to invent the wheel, but just tell you what's on the wheel and report what's on that wheel. Now, getting back to where we left off at, as I was talking about the FHA Home Affordable Modification Program, on what that program consists of. Okay. Now we left off with me telling you that after you qualify for the program itself is going to put you on a 3-month trial base. Now, the reason why that I said it, because some people, you may find some people may get on the trial basis, some people may not be on trial basis. Now, let me explain why. Some people may not have a gap in their employment. In other words, that COVID-19 did not interfere with their employment. Okay? So they have a consistency. Even though they went into foreclosure, credit reports still will be pulled. Even though they went into foreclosure, they still was able to meet some of their obligations, but just had a difficult time for whatever the reason is, and there are many, couldn't make the mortgage payment. Okay? But their income is still sufficient, and so they may not get that 3-month trial. Okay? But the majority probably, because COVID-19 affected so many of us, but the majority of us may find ourselves have to be on the 3-month trial base. So the trial payment plan that they will put you on shall be for 3 months, period. And the mortgagor, which is you, homeowner, must meet each scheduled payment on time. The mortgagor monthly payment requires during the trial payment plan must be the amount of the future modification mortgage payment, whatever they modify that loan to be. Now you understand that you're going to have the arrears that you owe. That's what you owe. It's called the arrears. Under FHA ruling, the servicer can charge you whatever the hell he wants to charge you. He can charge you for foreclosure fee, attorney fee, filing fee, miscellaneous fee. Whatever the fee he wants to charge you is not going to be questioned by FHA. HUD is not going to question it. So your foreclosure fee from you being in arrears may be $10,000. But when they get through tacking on all of the attorney fees, and that could be anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000, and then when they get tacking on the fees, you're now about $21,000 in the arrears. So when they look at it as a whole, they look at what your balance is, and they look at the arrears collectively. Now, they under the modification, which is really modifying the promissory note, what they modify, because rates are at the all-time low. You do know that the rates are at 2.8. About a couple of days ago, it was at 2.9 on a fixed 30. So rates being low, and you could be on a 5.75 right now. You will automatically get a lower rate. You automatically get that lower rate. That's going to automatically drop your payment down tremendously. From a 5.75 to a 2.39 or a 2.38 or even a 3.3, you're still in good shape. Now, what happens from that particular point is that they're going to look at your loan as a whole. How long have you had the loan? If you have the loan for like 12 years or 15 years, then you've already paid a lot into that into that loan. Because remember, that 30 years, you usually pay 2 to 3 times the amount that you borrow. So they're going to look at that and calculate that, hey, we can cut this loan by $25,000 or $30,000, and they'll make the cut. Sometimes they know that they can cut it by $45,000, but may only want to cut it by $25,000. So usually when the person gets a lawyer, and hopefully it's a real estate attorney, because not all lawyers know how to do modifications or do foreclosure, so understand that. So when they get a lawyer, banks don't like dealing with lawyers. They really don't. Because they know they got to have all I's and T's dotted. And if they fail to miss a dot somewhere, they know that the lawyer shark is going to roll in on them and chew them up and spit them out. They rather deal with a mortgage broker, because mortgage brokers has been doing this for years, but I know that we're almost extinct. But we are on our way of coming back. And so you find mortgage brokers that can get this loan done within 60 to 120 days. They will get it done for you quicker and can still get you the results that you need way before the lawyers start getting involved in it. Because usually when lawyers get involved, they draw it out longer. And this is why you find people that has been in foreclosure for a year or a little over a year before the lawyer was able to settle it. Okay? Then the lawyer comes back to you and say, hey, look what I done for you. I got you a lower rate. No, you didn't. But look what I done. I even got them to forgive $50,000. Now, here's something interesting that the lawyer would do. They may want to only forgive $35,000, but their lawyer did convince them to do $50,000 based off the computation and the calculation of what they have earned. Your mortgage broker, that's what we were doing for years anyway. So, nevertheless, you will still get something great out of it, no matter if it's a mortgage broker or a lawyer. Okay? I'll never tell you don't get a lawyer. If you don't understand the outcome, if you don't understand the process, and you can't put your hands on a mortgage broker because we're rare now, or if you choose not to deal with one, but you want an attorney, then by all means do that. But be prepared for the long ride, because it's going to be a long ride. And your anxiety and your frustration and the scaredness is going to come in. But one thing that you can know about being with that lawyer, and I'm not a lawyer, but one thing you can know about being with a lawyer is that you have a backup plan in case if nothing works. He can file foreclosure. I mean, not foreclosure, but file bankruptcy. And that's going to save your home anyway. So you still are in good hands. So even though it's longer, but you still are in good hands. I'm just giving you the reality of it. No, some lawyers may not like it, too bad. I'm giving reality. I'm giving the truth. So that's what happens when you're going in that direction. Okay? Which is not bad. But if you got a mortgage broker, he'll get it done faster for you, quicker for you, because they'll deal with a mortgage broker. They both speak the same language. Okay? And he or she will get it done for you. Especially if you have a mortgage broker that understands and that is communicating with you. You get one of these cockheads who don't want to tell you nothing. Trust me, I know everything. You're a dummy, and I want to talk to you. Then I will not deal with that mortgage broker myself. If you deal with a lawyer, remember that you hired him. He didn't hire you. So he has to answer the questions that you have. Okay? And if he or she can't do that, then, you're fired. I had to find somebody else who's going to understand the fact that I'm spending the money. I want some answers. Help me understand this process. Just remember that. Too often we just fall humbly with lawyers and just eat up whatever they say, and some of it we understand and some of it we don't. Mortgage Talk is all about building an educated consumer who is indeed the best customer and who knows his team. And a lawyer is always going to be on his team. So therefore, you need to have a lawyer that's going to answer your questions when you ask the questions, not give you runabout answers or give you the runabout. Or mortgage brokers that's going to answer your questions and not give you the runabout or give you the conclusion that you're too stupid to understand this process because you didn't go to school and do all the study like we did. Okay? Okay? That's a bunch of crack of BS. Okay? You're not trying to be a mortgage broker. That's something different. You are going to have to go to school. You are going to have to know the ethics. You are going to have to know the law. You are going to have to know the programs. Okay? You're not going that route. You just want to know about this program, and I need you to talk to me in layman's terms to explain to me what it is, whether you're lawyer or mortgage broker. With me or am I by myself? I heard a wise man say. With what we're doing here, under this particular program, which is the FHA, is the old HAMP program under the Obama administration, now taken under HUD, under the Trump administration, and they call it the FHA Home Affordable Modification Program. Okay? So you have to be on that trial base. Okay? Let's move on. The mortgagee, another mortgage term, which is the servicer or the investor. The mortgagee must service the mortgage during the trial period in the same manner as if it would serve a mortgage in forbearance. That's a forbearance agreement. If the mortgagor does not successfully complete the trial payment plan by making the 3 payments on time, the mortgagor is no longer eligible for FHA Home Affordable Modification Program. Eligibility. The mortgagor with FHA insured mortgage, they do not qualify for other loss mitigation programs, or they don't have any other loss mitigation programs, and with adequate debt to income ratio, homeowners must successfully complete a trial payment plan before becoming a full participant in the program that is good for 1 year. Okay? Now, even when that program ends, you can flip over to a forbearance if you still need time. If your state offers, and most states during the HAMP program was offering the same type of program but funded by the state, if they offer that program, then you can flip over to your state. But understand one thing about it, they fund that program on the 1st of January, and a lot of those states was running out of the money in June, and some of them was running out of the money in August because there was a massive foreclosure going on during 2016. Okay, so just to let you know, due to COVID-19, and a lot of these states are hurting and in deep debt. The reason why Nancy Pelosi of Congress, the House Speaker, was trying to get funding for these troublesome states that was hit by COVID-19 that President Trump did not want to fund because he called them Democratic states with misleading funds, which was not the case. That was not the case. Thank God for Joe Biden, because now these states can now get some kind of relief, because what they're doing is they're heavily hitting the homeowners and the people in those states that pay taxes. They're constantly going up on property tax and service tax to try to make up for some of those lost revenues. So I hope that this is done before January the 20th come, but it may not be because this president, he's still lost in space, okay, and in denial of losing the election. So it may not get done until after or on the day of January the 20th when Joe Biden gets sworn in and he can put it into an executive order and get it done. That's when the relief may happen. But I certainly hope that it happens beforehand. We all can hope, I don't want to be like with Oprah, you say, hope in one hand, shit in the other, and see which one gets full faster, I hope that don't happen that way, okay? And excuse my language. But I'm just trying to keep it real. So, nevertheless, during that period time, on time means that if it's scheduled to be in their office on the 10th, it means in their office on the 10th in the computer, already keyed into the computer, already credit into the computer on your behalf. That normally takes a good full day before that happens. So what you have to do, if it's due on the 10th, you need to get it there a day before the 10th. That should be your due date. Now you have many methods of sending it. You can have direct deposit where they pull from your account on that day, which you get automatically credit if you go by that route. You may have it where you can send it to them, wire it to them from your account to them. This is what goes on right now, okay? Where you don't even have to worry about the slowness of the postal service delaying or losing the payment, because that excuse is going to be very, very, very difficult for you to get HUD or even your servicer to understand and offer you the program again. They normally do not. And you will forfeit that program. Okay? So those are the best methods for you to use. What if I use UPS or FedEx? You can, but you still better play that 1 day delay. So if you're using them, ask them how long does it take them to deliver, and it's normally 24 to 2 days. So it means that you need 3 days to send it through one of them sources so you can get there on time. And you better make sure that you have the address, the building address and floor, and attention to the right person in the right department for it to come there. Me personally, I would not go that route. I would take the direct deposit from my account or wire it directly to their account. And you can do this all on the phone. Isn't that wonderful? Man. That way, your payment is there, and then you will continue being on that program for the remaining of the time, which is a 12-month process, okay? So this wanted to just let you know. Now, the debt ratio aspect comes into play. HUD debt ratio is normally 36/24. What do that mean? That means including the mortgage payment and all of your bills, water bill, light bill, gas bill, phone bill, car note, car insurance, all of your bills cannot exceed your monthly income over 36%. Okay? 24 is without adding the mortgage, all of your bills don't go over 24%. Okay. The loan program under the COVID-19 aspect, that debt ratio may be spread in a way that it fits a non-conforming loan debt ratio, which most non-conforming loans debt ratio can be anywhere from 44%. Okay. When you need to know what your debt ratio is. You need to know how much money that you have in, minus out all the things that you have to pay. And if you're paying for Tom and Dick and Harry, I'm paying for my 2 kids, I'm paying for my sister's phone. No, hell no. And you in foreclosure, sister better stand up and fight for herself, because this is all about survival. And if your debt ratio is too high, you need to chop that debt ratio down if you want to qualify for this particular program that's going to help save your home for you. You need to make sure that you have that debt ratio down. And the closer you can get to 36 over 24, which is the top number you're looking at, 36, that's 36% of your income, monthly net, not gross, monthly net, after paying out all of your bills, monthly net. This is what you got left over. Okay? It cannot supersede 36%. But you'll know what the percentage ratio is, because it'll tell you in that cover form of where you should be. Due to COVID-19, and even due to before COVID-19 got there, under the old HAMP program, they were actually making calls under the non-conforming side, okay? Giving people that kind of benefit of the doubt because there were so many people in foreclosure. But under the HUD and FHA, debt ratio aspect is 36 over 24, just to let you know. Okay, got to move on. The legal authority, goes under Section 230B of the National Housing Act, which is 12 USC 1715 UB, as amended by the Helping Family Savings Their Home Act of 2009, the Division A of Public Law 111-22. You need to know these things for a legal aspect when you're talking to an attorney. Now, the Administration Office, which is the Assistant Secretary for Housing, Federal Housing Commissioner, that office is located at U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development in Washington, D.C., 20410-8000. It is the administration office. This program is active today in 2020. It is just one of the programs that some of you will qualify for if you're on FHA. It must be an FHA loan that you may not have qualified for under other programs. Or you may just be getting off of a forbearance program and now you're looking for another program, but you like the federal type programs and you're in a federal loan, then you can go for the FHA Home Affordable Modification Program, the HAMP program. Okay? Those are the ones that can get in there and get that. Even if you just fell down and you're on a FHA loan, you know this is one of the programs that you can consider. Do I need this particular program? I'm going to talk about this week the forbearance program under the federal government and the forbearance program that's offered by your servicer or your investor. Now, I'm going to tell you what the difference of those programs are. And even with those forbearance program, which is good for 6 months, and then another 6 months extension when needed, in most cases, you're going to get it right away anyway because it's needed. But when you get off of those programs, they don't offer you another forbearance. But they can offer you a modification that can help you in the next up-and-coming year. I'm going to tell you about those forbearance program on Friday's show. Okay? Friday's show at 6:30 right here on Speaker.com and Blog Talk Radio. So Friday's show is to replace November the 1st show that didn't come out well. We're going to do it this Friday at 6:30. Okay? And right under WHP NN Radio Network, will be on before Friday Night Jams that comes on at 10 o'clock on the WHPNN radio network and under this network that is connected to Speaker.com. Now, Blog Talk Radio fans will not hear the musical aspect of that show Friday. They would have to go to Speaker.com if they want to hear the musical aspect of their show or any of the other major directories, and they can hear it. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict, Cashbox, iHeartRadio. We on iHeartRadio right now. iHeartRadio, okay, Deezer, Podcatcher, Amazon Music. They will have to go to those major directories to hear Friday Night Jams. But you will be hearing Mortgage Talk as you are doing now on all of those directories that I mentioned to you right now. We're on that now with Mortgage Talk. Just go into the search bar and type in Mortgage Talk 1. That's the number 1 symbol. And you'll get Mortgage Talk. The show will come right up. Okay? So, that's what you get today. That's what you get on Friday when we talk about the two differences of the forbearance agreement. Another foreclosure program that can be utilized for you. Our next show following that Friday show will be on November the 24th. Simulcast through Blog Talk Radio and Speaker.com. And so you'll get us then. And our Friday show, we are excited about it. And on Tuesday show, we're just as excited about it. Good information, good foreclosure information that you can utilize and that you can exercise when needed or now when you do need it. Mortgage Talk is going to keep you abreast and informed of programs out there that can help you in foreclosure and even help you when you're looking to purchase a home now, because now is the best time to buy. Now is the best time to buy. Now is the best time to buy. Now is the best time to refinance. In the month of December, we're going to be talking about some refinancing programs that you want to consider just as well. But we understand the need now of so many people that are in foreclosure that the media are not speaking in terms of. We know you're out there, so we want to give you the information that you need to be able to get and change your situation. And so that's what we're doing for you right now today. Okay? So with that said, Friday show at 6:30, forbearance agreement on both from what the servicer or investor will offer you and the national forbearance agreement that was set up by the Trump administration to assist troublesome homeowners that are in foreclosure. Okay? So with that said, you can reach me if you got any further questions or any suggestions. You can always go to my email at mortgagetalk1, the number 1 symbol, at gmail.com. That's mortgagetalk1@gmail.com. Or you go to Mortgage Talk on my Facebook page and inbox me. Or go to WHPNN Radio Network Facebook page and follow us just as well. But you can inbox me on that too. Just attention to Mortgage Talk 1, the number 1 symbol, and I would get it and ask the questions or make the comments. Whatever you want to say, we're right there for you. We'll be listening to you, and we'll be answering your questions just as well. I thank you so much for you listening to Mortgage Talk. It's been an honor to be here with you and be back intact with the Mortgage Talk team. Yay! And of course, joining me, as always, is my engineer, Dave the Man. So we appreciate you so much. Don't forget, this Friday, Mortgage Talk with the Forbearance Agreement Talk, and at 10 o'clock is Friday Night Jams. And the Jam Master of Soul will be jamming a box, and you'll get a chance to hear some beautiful, good music on the WHPNN radio network right here on Speaker.com. Okay? And iHeartRadio. So you're ready to get us on all those directories on Friday. Except for Mortgage Talk. You will get Mortgage Talk on Speaker.com Friday and Blog Talk Radio and all the other directories. But the Mortgage Talk listeners that are with me in Blog Talk Radio, you have to switch over to Speaker.com if you want to listen to Friday Night Jams. That's the only difference, okay? All right. Well, again, thank you guys for listening to Mortgage Talk. I appreciate you. And if it's God's will, I'll see you and talk with you on Friday at 6:30. Thank you for listening to Mortgage Talk.